Bonnie, Tom Hitchcock here. How are you?
Good, thank you. Good, thank you. Thanks for having me on.
That's it. You're more than welcome. Happy Friday. And
Yes.
hopefully it's been a good week for you so far.
Yes, it has. It has. It's been quite busy. Got a few projects on the roll at the moment, so just closing those off before the weekend.
That's it. And then have some
Mm.
much needed time to yourself after working hard, I'm sure.
Absolutely.
Okay. Well, listen, thank you for agreeing to come on to our show. The idea behind it is so that we can hear your story and you can share whatever you're comfortable with sharing,
Yep.
with the view of helping others and maybe a bit of self-promotion. It doesn't matter. But yeah, I don't know too much about you, Bonnie. So the floor is yours, really. Tell us a bit about yourself.
Yes. So, in regards to my background in recruitment, so I started in a recruitment gig when I was about 19, and thoroughly enjoyed it, but didn't really love it. And after that, I worked in construction admin, also studied project management. And along the way, I went for an interview for an office management position with Randstad, and Randstad offered me the role with them as a recruitment consultant. And at the time, I was very unsure if it was something that I wanted to get back into. I don't have, I suppose, your typical sales personality or anything like that, but in the background, I just knew that I wanted to go out and help people. So I wasn't working at the time, and I thought, you know what, stuff it, I'll just do it and give it a go. And I did. And 9 years later, I'm still with Randstad.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So let's try and catch a little bit of Bonnie before recruitment got hold of you, if you like.
Yep.
So you're from Australia?
Yes, from Melbourne, always.
Yes. All right. So born and bred Melbourne. Okay. And what did you want to be when you were little?
Funny. I actually wanted to be join the police force.
Okay.
Always. Yeah.
You see, interesting. I interviewed someone yesterday,
Yep.
a lady, Mina, her name is. So watch her episode when it comes out. She
Yep.
also wanted to be in the police force,
Yeah.
and she's in construction now in Sydney. And it's her dad that talked her out of being in the police force because he didn't want his daughter having a gun at home.
Oh, really? No. For me, I like the not just sitting behind a desk and getting out and about, and that's what I enjoy about my job now. And to help people as well. So since I was 10, I've always wanted to join the police force.
So why didn't that eventuate?
Well, I had my daughter very young. So I actually did go through the process, and we were living too far from the academy, which meant that I had to stay at the academy full time at the time. So I decided the timing wasn't right, and I decided to put a hold on it and maybe relook at it in the future.
So it is still potentially on the cards that we could have DCI Bonnie.
Maybe, if I can still pass a physical.
Okay, all right. So obviously you had your daughter at a young age that shelved your plans for that, and life happens. So that there's nothing abnormal. There's lots of people listening to this that this will resonate with.
Yeah.
So was your next step at that point recruitment? Is that what happened next?
Pretty much, yeah. Recruitment when I was, about 19. So I had my daughter at 17. So I was a very young mum. She's now 17. And I had my first recruitment gig at 19.
Okay, so how did recruitment gobble you up? Because so this isn't a have podcast, but we do have had a
Yeah.
lot of recruiters on here, and it's also my background. But it's one of those things that it catches you. It's just like saying, it found you, and it's hard to shake off.
It does. It sure does. Back then, I was sort of more so recruiting blue collar recruitment. So your labourers, forklift drivers, truck drivers. I printed off my spreadsheet and I do the 5 a.m. wake up calls and trying to organise replacements. And it was just a lot different back then compared to what it is now. But I think I learned a lot from it. I find that I'm quite good at, problem solving or being on the ball or, getting things done quickly as well and prioritizing. So, I mean, yeah, I've learned a lot from it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I remember when I first started out in recruitment, I did a blue collar desk as well. And
Yeah.
it didn't tick my skill set because I needed the attention to detail, the administration side of things, all that. I just caused chaos, to be honest with you. So
Yeah.
that didn't suit me. It was very difficult for me.
I love chaos. I
Yes.
love it. Yeah, yeah. As bad as it sounds, I was driving and you know, there was a emergency situation happening on the roads, and I was like, "Oh, I just feel like I can thrive in chaos." Which, you know, I give myself a little bit of a pat on the back for that one from time to time. Yeah.
You need them. You need those rough seas to give yourself an opportunity to know your boundaries, know your limits, to show what you can do, have some purpose for society as social utility, if you like. And it's the good thing about chaos; it just isn't boring.
No, yeah, exactly. You got variety, you get it all happening.
So, one thing you did say there about recruitment, and obviously you went away and come back in a different capacity, and it got me thinking, being a bit curious. Is you said you didn't have your typical sales personality. What did you mean by that?
Um, I mean, I've had clients say to me that, oh, you're so normal, you know, you're not robotic. I think for me, it's just I'm a little bit awkward. I like to have a joke with my clients. Some of my clients are even my friends now, closest friends as well. So I think for me, it's not going out and having a big sales pitch or anything like that. For me, it's just getting to know people, candidates and clients on a personal level as well as a professional level, and just connecting with people, really.
So this is
Yeah.
where I'm going to challenge you, if you don't mind. As I said, I did pre-warn you. I'd like to cause a bit of chaos.
Yes.
For me, every attribute you just said there is actually what makes a good salesperson. Okay.
Yeah.
So if someone is pushy, they're rigid on the sales pitch deck and da 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 da,
Yeah.
there's stereotypes there, but doesn't necessarily mean that makes a good salesperson. The person that's human, owns themselves, has some quirk, likes to engage, and is good to be around. That's really where sales is more successful.
Yeah, absolutely. And just building the trust and the partnership as well. Yeah, clients move on and then they get in touch, and we've just, you know, sort of built a friendship, a good friendship, which is good.
Yep, love it.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm curious. So you obviously things shifted for you a lot when you were 17 years old. Now you got a 17-year-old. Is she looking to go into the police force? She wanted to follow in her mum's footsteps in some respects. Or?
Yeah, she did look into it actually. She did a little bit with the Army cadets as well. And she went to an information night with the police, and she came back and said, "Mum, I don't think it's for me. It's too much admin." So I think she's changed her mind on that one. And when you're young, you know, you change what you want to do, and it just, yeah, some things venture into what you end up becoming and what career you choose, and some things don't. But it's all a learning curve. But for her, no, she doesn't want to join the police anymore.
Well, you never know. She could be on your team soon, maybe as a candidate resourcer and what have you.
Oh, yeah. You know what? She actually said to me, she goes, "Mum, I don't want a job like you. It's boring." I was like, all right.
Yeah, okay. I don't know how I'll take that myself, but
No, it's definitely not boring, this job. You're on your toes, that's for sure.
okay.
Yeah.
All right. So what's the future hold for you? What plans do you have?
Plans. It's a good question. I actually haven't really thought too far in advance. Look, I mean, I've been with Randstad for a long time. I plan on being with them for a long time. I'm happy the job's flexible. I get to do what I enjoy doing. I think probably more personally, I think I'd love to just enjoy my downtime a little bit more. So, you know, I do a lot of surfing, enjoy like hikes and being out in nature, enjoy going in the snow. I have a lot of hobbies. So I have 3 dogs. So there's quite a lot that I'd probably look at doing in the future in my downtime. And
What dogs do you have?
I have a German Shepherd cross Husky, so he's quite a big unit. And then I have 2 Cavoodle mixes, so small little yuppie dogs.
We've got a boxer and a husky here.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, the boxer's a complete donut.
Yeah.
But he's good. Usually, if you listen to some of these episodes, you hear him snoring in the background.
Oh, really? For the husky, though, have you got yourself a RoboVac?
No, I haven't.
It's a game changer.
I can imagine it completely entertaining them, and
yeah,
love it. Okay, all right. But so, there's a lot to be said for dog owners, because I think personally we learn a lot from our dogs.
Yes.
Same as kids, really, in many respects, but we can't classify them as the same.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so with your life journey so far and what you've gone through and what have you, what advice would you give to other people that are making their plans and what they should be doing in their career? What advice would you give generally to them?
Would I be speaking more as a recruiter or
body? I'm interested in body.
Yeah, I suppose it's good to know what you want to do. And I know it's hard when you're younger. There's you're starting to work out what you like, what you don't like, what you're interested in longer term. There's a lot of pressure, right? So I think, when you're approaching a recruiter or an employer, it's important to know what you want to do. For me, a lot of, supply chain graduates and things like that, I love, because a lot of what I do is around supply chain. So I know that they've studied it for a certain amount of time. It's what their passion is. It's what they want. They're more so, fresh and green and junior candidates. So they're, very suitable for what I look after. And, just probably just having good people skills, motivations, knowing what you want, something to work towards. I suppose it's very broad.
It is broad, but it's still applicable, because you don't know who your audience is here. So that broad. It sounds basic, but sometimes people need to hear those basics. It's a bit like we would give advice to someone's CV. We shouldn't need to tell them to do a spell check, among other things, but yet we still find them with lots of errors.
Yeah, and I think with AI coming about and all the rest, everything might eventually look a little bit generic. So your personality doesn't so much show with resumes and things like that. So I think it's important to show that side of yourself through a phone call or an email, and still keep that personality there in what you're presenting to someone.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. I think it's good advice. Okay, all right. Anybody listening to this, your story resonates and they'd like to make contact with you, what would be the best method for them to reach out?
Yes, so I'm located in Essendon Fields. Email address is bonnie.cauchi@randstad.com.au, and number is 0432 475 198.
Love it. Brilliant. Well, thank you very much for your time. I enjoyed that, Bonnie.
Thanks, Tom.
Thank you for watching this episode. I hope that you did enjoy it, had lots of takeaways from it. As before, please subscribe below so you can keep on top of any new releases we have. And also, if you would like to have your story told, just reach out with me and I'd love to give you that platform. My best email address is tom@purplepatchconsulting.com. Thank you.